Hello, hello! Welcome to Gilgamesh playing the Talos Principle 2, episode 4, I think. But it's 4, I think. Yeah, last time we found a purple spark and led it to Prometheus' statue. And we also found... Oh yeah, of course we completed, you know, all the 4 remaining puzzles here in this area. The grasslands, I think it's called. And went to the tower where we met the Sphinx. And activated a laser, just like in... The Witness, now that I think about it. And yeah, we didn't find... We're still missing 1 star, which is the second spark that should lead us to the statue of Pandora. And the second lost puzzle. And as you can see, I'm pretty sure we found, or I found the spark right in front of us here. And then again, I don't know how to get up to it. Haha. I was so excited after finding it that I was like, oh, I need to start recording. But I didn't even think about how to get to it first. Do I need to go into the puzzle and... Have you been in here? Castling. Yeah, I guess we've been in here, right? I mean, obviously this is open, so yeah, okay. I can't find a number. Or which number that would be, you know? That's why I'm confused. I was like, wait, is this the second lost puzzle? But I guess not. Oh, that's number 3, never mind then. Alright, let's get to the spark. Wait, what? Okay, that's not the same thing as the one that led to the Prometheus statue. It's a Prometheus spark. Let's show that. Oh wait, that's one of the things that lets you skip a puzzle, I think, right? At least that's what I assume those are gonna do. So yay, that's absolutely not what I was hoping for, unfortunately. Can I please somehow get out of here? Oh, come on. Up. Alright. Okay, alright then. Yeah, I'll guess we'll see each other again once I've found something else then. See you in a second. I have to say, I'm really not a fan of this running around. This was the other lost puzzle, right? Which is connected with the path. So I would assume that the second lost puzzle would also be connected to a path. Right, would make sense. So I guess I should just check out the paths then. And not just, well, I guess we still need to find the second star slash... Actually, even the lab was connected with the path, now that I think about it. The second spark. The Pandora's spark. Which was not connected to the path, I don't think, so... Just checking all the paths probably won't suffice. I'm so confused. This area is it's just so big and so many places look the same. I'm really struggling with remembering, you know, where I have been and where I haven't been. It's probably kind of obvious, right? Well, I guess you can't see me run around all the time, because I'm cutting out a lot of this. But I'm struggling. I'm struggling with like, have I been here? I'm very sure I've been here before. The question is, have I been behind? Yeah, this is, I think, where the golden gate... The golden puzzle is, right? Which I guess we can open once we've activated all the 12 lasers, according to what we see there, right? So If there is any symmetry to this, like the second last puzzle should be on the other side of the transporter, right? Somewhere, I would assume. Have I been to this? Yes. Hello, Melville.
Did something break?
Did you have a look at one of those labs?
I did. It's interesting. The tech is a bit older, but it's been heavily modified to be more efficient. And it's not the kind of hack job you'd expect either. Whoever did this knew what they were doing. We could probably learn something from them.
I think that's what we're here for, right? Where could all this tech have come from?
I guess it could be discarded New Jerusalem tech. The mayor made us throw away a bunch of stuff that was perfectly fine, if you ask me.
You think so?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
I'll check to see if I can find any serial numbers, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, sure. It would surprise me. I mean, it might be New Jerusalem tech, but I don't think it was been discarded by the mayor, right? It would have probably been taken with whoever built this. Which I still assume is probably one of the first companions. Trying to follow the paths now. Fortunately, they lead me to places where I've already been, which makes sense. Let's look for a Pandora spark somewhere over here. Been here before, though. Reminds me on the walled city in Stray. I missed anything here, right? No. It's kind of funny to think, like that the other people are just seeing what I'm seeing right in my stream. Well, my in-game stream, of course, and like the other robots seeing, the other V2s seeing what I'm seeing. And they're like, why is he jumping there? Why is he doing that? What the heck is going on with 1K? You're telling me that it isn't a puzzle? That is a puzzle. Interconnectivity. I'm pretty sure we have not done this yet. Oh yeah, there we see. Okay, this is one of the lost puzzles. Nice, this is the second one. Finally. Oh my god. Alright, let's start out with simple things. Connector. More connectors in there. Don't think I actually need that, but whatever, I guess, right? That doesn't help. Oh, first we need to get that one in there, sure. If we can. Sure, we can. Connect this with the blue. Then we're sending a green one over here. Then we can connect this with the switch over here. And now we have 2 more connectors. Nice. What do we need them for? I wonder. I mean, we could directly connect the blue, obviously, but then we cannot connect the green anymore, right? Do we have to go all the way around? Like, we need to activate this because we need the blue emitter, right? But we could have the blue emitter. What if we do this? We go all the way around with the blue emitter. connected with the blue over there. Now, the problem is we also need to unlock this gate, and I'm pretty sure I cannot put the final connector. There's no line of sight to the pressure plate. But we can't put this on a pressure plate, can we? Oh yeah, we can. Easy. There we go. Ta-da! Nice.
Odd. Solved all the puzzles in this area, but nothing happened. There was a brief blip in the system, though.
A blip in the system?
Something later. There has to be some sort of point.
Yes, right? There has to be. Well, unfortunately, we still need to find the Pandora spark. Don't really like this. Aimlessly running around trying to find it. And like without having any means of crossing out where I've already been, like a map. Map would be great. Not just that thing. Oh yeah, I did listen to off stream, off recording. To the recording of Stratos explaining the Talos principle. I mean, we can listen to it again, I guess. On recording.
That Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say, he was the creation of Hephaestus.
Sure, what I mean with a giant Talos, if it's like the
within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ice.
The colors of Rhodos. I don't think that's a Talos, right?
Caused him to die.
Something different. I'm not sure if this is also a Greek mythology.
Had all the essential properties of a man.
Probably, right? Because pretty much everything is here.
He spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall.
I mean, it's all points to a Greek thing, right?
And act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine?
Yeah, that's what the philosophic part of the Talos Principle 1 was already about, right?
Yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood.
Like, does being human really necessitate having a biological body? Yeah, I know we've been here already. But I'm still looking for that Pandora spark. Still feel like it should be in the forest area, right, on the other side of the map. That would make the most sense. Hello. Radiator. A device for generating heat. Unlike ourselves, our ancestors could not survive in a limited spectrum of temperatures, could only survive in a limited spectrum of temperatures. Devices such as this one allowed them to artificially create the conditions that allowed them to thrive. Yeah, I know. But what do I need them for, and how many of them are there around? I don't like there being too many of these collectibles. Well, especially not collectibles that you don't have a list for, that you don't know how many of them there are. And what they are for. Well, you don't need to know what they are for, or if they even serve any purpose at all. But knowing like, oh, you've been missing 3 more. That would have been great, even though I wouldn't like... No, that's a statue of Pandora, right? Even though I have to admit, don't really fancy having to look for even more stuff than we already have. Find it already annoying enough to have to look for this star/spark without any kind of guidance. Is it a press, like an oil press, or what is this? Or is it? Oh no, that's a cylinder, right? From a boat or from a locomotive or something like that. Or what is this? Unknown machine. It's impossible to reconstruct the purpose of this device. Okay. It looks like a steam engine. Right? With the pressure valve? Maybe. How have I not found this before? Like, haven't I been running around in these woods already for quite some time? Honestly, I might just look it up. Because I'm not gonna leave and come back to look for that stupid spark again. I don't see a reason to, like, doing this off recording for another 3 hours or whatever. Really not what I want to do with my precious time. Obviously I do want to find but I do want to have all the things. But I'd rather just look it up than leave and not find it. And I mean, there's no puzzle involved. It's just like, I know it's there somewhere. It's just finding it, and ugh. I already disliked that in Talos Principle 1 or well Road to Gehenna specifically. It was like one star that it just couldn't find, and like not the puzzle to it. The puzzle to it to getting it in the end was actually pretty easy, I would argue. It just didn't find the star, and then I looked it up and realized, oh wait, it was just in the room where you got in. On one of the walls, and it's like, it's just there, and it's like, the heck, how did I not see that? I think that was the only thing I actually looked up in Road to Gehenna. I look it up. I don't want to waste any more time running around aimlessly. Oh, let's see. Alright, to solve the Pandora puzzle in the Grasslands ring, you should start by going to the statue itself. It is located in the south of Puzzle 8 and can be seen in the compass as either a compass. As either a question mark or a star, I guess, because we can see it as a star right now. As you approach it, you will see that Pandora is holding a box. Oh, it is actually a puzzle. I'm stupid. Okay, never mind then. Oh, I didn't realize. I never looked at it. No, I did look at it, but I didn't realize it was actually. I was wondering if there is any puzzles in this in this game as well, where you have to, like, take components of the puzzle outside of the puzzle themselves, or connect it with things outside of the puzzle. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, okay. I have not read anything else in that, so it looks pretty obvious what to do. So let's solve this entanglement. Question is, oh, can we see it from here? Did I? No. I cannot add it. Does it have too many connections? I didn't know there was a maximum. If there actually is. Oh, I cannot connect it to them. Good. Cannot see it from down here, right? I cannot see it from here without jumping. Oh, there we go. Now what do we need to do? That works. Okay. Okay, so we didn't have to find a spark, we just had to... Well, oh, stupid me, I didn't really look at it. Oh man.
When the first man picked up the first stone, he did not do so to forge a tool. He did so to smite his brother.
Alright, now we know to have a look at Pandora's box in the future. That makes so much more sense, yeah. Okay. Alright, finally we're done here. Sorry about all that. And I'm probably gonna have most of it cut out anyways, because I didn't really find anything on it. So, yeah, alright. Grasslands. Done. Well, except for the Golden Gate, but that seemed to only open once we've activated all the towers, right? So, let's go back to the city and get some lore, I guess. Oh, first let's get back to the chopper. If I can even find my way there. Uh-huh. Hyperloop. Engage. I want to travel to this mega structure because I want to, as I said before, I want to go back to the city. Have another look at all the lore that we skipped so far. See if that's even possible now, right, for now. Iron the laser. Interesting, it might be green, blue, red, right? And then this opens. And then what? I wonder. Huh. Can we leave? Can we go back? No? Can I not go back to the city? Are you kidding me? Must be a way, right? Surely I'm not meant to, you know, like... Huh. Get all of the lore on your very first visit to the city, right? Well, I hope so. Alright, let's get to the second area then. Forest area, I think, or something it was, right? Wooded Plateau. 82112. Okay, it's gonna be lots and lots of puzzles and 3 DLCs. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all of that in one go, to be honest. You might be doing the base game and then the DLCs later.
But while you're there, remember that I'm still trying to fix the rest of the transport system.
Sure.
You know, to get that success rate up a bit.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
there's one of those labs that 1K found. If there is, look for more documentation, please.
I see, so the labs open up the next areas, right? Oh, that's pretty foresty. Alright, let's not miss out on the lost levels from the start this time, right? And check out all the paths instead. Quantum tunneling. Oh, that's a new thing. A driller. A driller? How can I drill through these? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like this. It's portal. We cannot go through there, I guess. No, okay. Just for getting lasers through, I would assume. What is this good for then? Huh. Like, why would I need this? Wait, what? Can't take further through its own hole. But I guess I can't take them through the hole of another driller. I see. Oh, that's interesting. So now I do this. And we do this. Okay, interesting. I wonder if that's gonna... what kind of... what complicated puzzles that's gonna lead to in the future. I can shoot lasers through the holes and stuff. Numero uno.
Notice that many of these structures are not strictly functional. There's a sense of aesthetics, of beauty here. This place might be meant to test us somehow, but perhaps there's more to it than that.
Maybe cheap people just built it because it looks nice. That's what you're trying to say. Do you see that? There is something up there, right? I'm not imagining this. Guess we're gonna shoot a laser. Some of those receivers somewhere. And then have a huge chain reaction. Interesting, this just leads to here. Okay, let's follow this path then. Hello dear. Oh dear. Hey, a palm reader. Well, Spirit, what is it that drives historical processes? It's easy to dismiss the idea of the great man, or the great woman for that matter, and clearly so much is determined by resource distribution, pre-existing political structures, and the randomness of the universe itself. But is there no space at all for the individual in all this? Are there not moments when, in Hegelian fashion, the individual may represent the world spirit itself? Was Napoleon history on horseback or not? Or is it itself another form of determinism? 5358 is SX again. Interesting. From Augustus to Napoleon, from Lincoln to Lenin, there are individuals whose actions seem to drive rather than merely be driven by history. They make bold choices, for good or ill, that transform entire societies. Or do they? We like to blame them for their failures, but are they not ultimately just the expression of a historical moment? But if they are, where is the space for human agency? It sometimes seems to me that all of human history has been that one struggle to carve out a space for free choice against the tides of history, and heroes and tyrants, pick and choose examples as you will, are both equally a reflection of that. Our greater goal, then, ought to be the extent that freedom to the maximum number of people, to become captains of their own fate, as much as that is possible in this universe. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 14. Melampus and Yemo went back to the dam to get more charging equipment. They've not returned yet, which means that we're stretched a little thin, since we're still posting guards at all times. But those large herbivores haven't come back yet, and at any rate, Eustathius assures us that they're non-aggressive, but it's better not to take any chances. Not when there's so few of us and so many of them. Athena and Cornelius and Eustathius spend most of the time drawing up plans and arguing, in a friendly manner, but arguing still. The rest of us are managing to tune them out pretty well. It's like background noise after a while. More hex code, yay! There is still hope even for those who seem lost, son of man. That's what the encoded section says. We have started construction of the first habitat. It's going to be a temporary structure for now, but we'll all be glad to get out of the rain.
So, what are you doing here, Trevor? Why are you trying to save the world? Well,
Why not?
look, I think humanity is awesome. I love humanity. As a species,
Okay.
we're great. I mean, our track record is pretty mixed, but have you seen everyone else? I mean, what did you do today, animal? Oh, I ate some leaves, sniffed my own butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. Or, you know, I tore this other animal limb from limb, sniffed
True.
my friend's butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. You really don't do anything interesting. I mean, you don't see animals directing Big Trouble in Little China. Birds can go tweet, tweet, but it ain't exactly the White Album. I mean, they can't even make a good cheeseburger, for Christ's sakes. They have no art, no cuisine, no pleasure. Animals are nice to look at, but you wouldn't want to be one. Except maybe a cat.
I just want to say I would like to be a cat. What? What are we doing here? I mean, I can jam this from the inside and then... take this to create a hole over there and then jam that, right? Wait, what? Oh, then I can take it from here, I guess. Can I do that? Can I reach it far through the hole? I can. Ah. Ah. Oh wait, when I pick up the drill now, this one won't be jammed anymore, right? So we need to do this first, then get the drill out of here. So that we can put it on the pressure plate. Aha. There we go.
I keep thinking, why puzzles? Is it just their symbolic value because of our history? Because if all this is meant to be a security system like 1K suggested, why would you build a security system that can just be solved? But if this is about testing us, what are we being tested for?
Yeah.
It can't just be about spatial reasoning.
Our curiosity? Our persistence?
You're assuming that this place follows a coherent logic. My impression is that it's full of contradictions.
Why? I mean, security system is kind of a test, right? I mean, you want to grant access to people who are authorized, right? But to make sure someone's authorized, you need to test them. Usually, you know, like by authenticating them. But this is a different kind of authorizing, right? You're not authenticating a specific person, but a specific type of person. Like you want them to be humans, I guess. Like a captcha, as I said before. Oh, you don't want to talk to me, Byron? Are you kidding me? You're still my favorite character. So far. Back up. Alright, what do we have here? A drill. Not really anything else. Can we even go anywhere? Ah, I'm confused. What can I even do with this drill? I mean, I cannot go through the hole myself. Oh, but I can't take the connector here. Should be close enough, right? Yeah, okay. The RGB converter. Now repeat on the other side, I guess. Now we need the blue. But how do we do that? Without picking up the drill. Why we need the red and blue, but how would we... I mean, I guess we can just do it like that, right? No, I don't need the drill. Stupid me. I'll take the RGB, connect it with red and the blue to make green, connect it with the green. There we go. Easy as pie.
Well done, 1K.
Thank you, Alcatraz. Or Al, I guess. I love puzzle solving. New interface, private message. From the Department of Government Efficiency, right? Welcome to new... wait, there we go. I've relayed your responses to my friends, and they have reached certain conclusions regarding your character. Would you like to hear them? Sure, go ahead. Now, you're new, so let me fill you in. Your arrival marks the moment of New Jerusalem's maturity, and there are differences of opinion about what it ought to become. Naturally, there are people working quietly behind the scenes in an advisory capacity, trying to guide our city to prosperity. People who know things which would only scare or confuse the average citizen. I have 5 such friends who expressed to me their interest in getting to know you. Tell me their conclusions already. The problem with you is your natural resistance to categorization. You either have no concrete opinions at all, or you're just so complex that no one else can understand them. Nonetheless, 2 of my friends have expressed interest in getting to know you, but there's a catch. You're going to have to answer one final question, a tiebreak if you like. So here it is, the ultimate question. Spikes or goo? I don't like spikes. Spikes make me go ouch. And like spikes kill me in Ori. And goo just slows me down. I know where you got the phrasing of this question from. I don't. We go with goo. It's clear from your answer that you're a slippery character and that you know a trick when you see one. No simple binaries for you. I'd like to connect you to my esoteric friend. I'm getting connected to the esoteric friend? Happy for me to put you in touch. I'm kind of feeling like, depending on your questions, you might get like one of the 5 possible characters here. Maybe friends. I don't know what I should think about myself when being, you know, like connected with the esoteric one. Yes. No, I wanted someone else. I kind of want someone else. That may be, but no one else wants you. It's perfectly clear what kind of person you are. You may not like it, but I advise you to explore it. Would you like me to connect you or not? That's okay, please do. Why am I the esoteric kind? Come on. Okay, I'll send an introduction in due course. Thank you, Doge. Alright. I guess we're the esoteric kind. Alright, let's do more puzzles. I really wanted to have a section of, you know, like checking out more lore in the city. But I guess that's not how it works currently, unfortunately. So puzzle solving it is. That's what I wanted in like in the first 2 episodes, right? Can never have what you want. Alright, drill baby, drill. Got a connector. I have to say I don't like the drill as a form of puzzle to just get a component out of a room. It's just, I don't know, it feels really... This is more interesting now. And just, well, it's still getting a component out of a room, I guess. But yeah, whatever. What do we need to do exactly? Put this here, we put that on top of it. Connect it with the blue. And the switch up there. Lift it. And then we take the drill and drill a hole in there for the laser to get through. There we go.
You know something that's weird about these puzzles? They're not replicas of the simulation puzzles, like the ones in the museum.
Wasn't there an artist who did an exhibition a few years ago that involved new puzzles of some kind?
Oh no, what a strange concept. New
It was
puzzles.
called Trials of an Imagined Past. I tried to get you to come along. You thought it would be boring.
Were they similar?
No, not at all.
Was it boring?
I thought it was interesting.
Ah, we found the last puzzle. Nice. Boop. Keeping connections. That's what you should be doing with your friends, right? There's a red in there. And a red in there. Well, okay, I guess... Cannot connect with the emitter from here, right? I mean, we can connect with the connector, but we cannot move the connector. It's too far away from the hole. What do we do here exactly? That doesn't do anything, obviously, and as soon as you remove the drill, this is gone. Pretty sure the red opened this gate, right? So we can take out the emitter from there. I mean, I could put the... connector in there, but it doesn't do anything for me, right? Or in there. Huh. I'm actually confused. Very sure there's no angle. I wish we could do that. Kinda feels like we have to do something like that. But I cannot make this connector connect to the switch. Right? No. What? Am I missing a part? Is this another component somewhere? Oh, this one has me stumped. So how is this gonna work? Oh. Oh, I think I get it. Okay, no, we connect it to... Yeah, of course. We connect it to the laser and then put it through the hole. Like that. Obviously. Stupid me. Alright, now what? Can't get an angle here. We can pick that up. But now what? Guess we can put it here, right? Oh, and then put this in the corner and it should be able to connect to... Oh yeah, obviously. There we go. Yay! Num num na, num 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 na.
On the particle clouds, Melville. It's pretty clear they're integral to how all of this functions.
I've gathered a lot of data, but I still have a lot of numbers to crunch before I can give you an answer.
I like
I can't
numbers.
guarantee that my answer won't be another question.
Was.
I'm glad we don't get headaches.
Oh, that would be nice. I wonder if they feel like any... Well, obviously not pain, but if they have anything similar programmed to pain. It's not like even though pain is annoying, obviously it does serve a purpose, right? You realize when something's wrong with your body, right, somewhere. Although it has an annoying side effect of also then like impairing your ability to do something against whatever is ailing you. Actually, just 2 days ago. Look at that, there's another... hologram here. What's it? Looks like a tank. Part of a tank. Actually, only 2 days ago, I had a kidney stone, first of my life, finding its way through my body. That was painful. Wasn't really a lot of, like, meaning to that. I knew what it was pretty much instantly. And after that, it was fine. I didn't need the 40 minutes of pain that I went through. Well, actually, it was more like 20 minutes, and then I got some really good painkillers. That will cost me a lot of money, but yeah, whatever. By the ambulance, obviously. Tank, an armored war machine invented by ancient humans, used to kill other humans and destroy infrastructure. Despite their crude appearance, great ingenuity went into the creation of these despicable machines. True. Have I checked out? I mean, it doesn't say anything on social media. It's not like in Gehenna. After every single puzzle, there's like a half an hour worthy of social media posts to read. Alright, number 5, come on. Can we do all 8 of this in one sitting in one... Oh, the Sphinx statue, interesting.
So these monuments represent each of the entities. Pandora, the Sphinx, and Prometheus.
Makes sense, I guess.
For a given value of sense.
2478. This either corresponds to the numbers, to the puzzles, 2, 4, 7, and 8, or it's another hex code. $X. I guess it corresponds to the puzzles. But what do we have to do inside of these puzzles, huh? Well, I guess we continue on and finish the puzzles first before we think about it. 2, 4, 7, 8. I mean, it's for sure not like the order in which you have to do the puzzles, right? Obviously, because we would have already failed that. Maybe you have to solve those, although that would be a rather weird, simple thing because you have to do that anyways, right? More or less. Duet. I say I don't like the drills too much so far. Let's see if they do any more interesting stuff with it at some point. Gonna get to the jammer here. Ugh. Okay, to the drill over there. What can I do? This is deactivated. Wait, what can I do? Probably need to jammer to deactivate that gate, right? But how do we get to the oh, I see. I cannot get through the hole. It doesn't help me. Oh, I can't push the button. I just saw the button there. I can probably activate the button through here. Yeah, now I can get over here. To get the jammer. Well, not to get the jammer, but to jam that. That gate over there? Probably, right? I like this use of the drills a little more than what they did so far. So now what do we do with you? Oh, now we can get now we can get those out of here, right? Sure. Alright, now we have them here. And then I guess we can take the jammer out of there. Oh dang, that doesn't do anything for me. Guess you have to jam this. So we do have to get the jammer out of here. But we cannot get it through here. Oh no, wait, I just need to drill a hole over there. I guess I need to drill 2 holes. One over here. Huh. That doesn't work there. No, that also doesn't work. I'm trying to create a line of sight to jam that gate over there through the hole there. But I don't need that, right? I need a line of sight from here. That works. Alright, now we can put that on here, and we've done it. Alright. Boop. Two more. Lost puzzle and 2 stars. A progenitor portrait series. Oh, hello. Is that, what's her name? Alexandra Dannon? Rodamni. Hi everyone, this is the latest in my portrait series. I have always had a deep respect for the progenitor, Alexandra Drennan. She didn't just create the founder and save humanity, she also tried to instill us with a sense of beauty and wonder. It was good to be human, Alexandra Drennan. As usual, please keep in mind that we should focus on engagement with the work. Don't ask yourself whether it's good or bad, but how it makes you feel. And this is very much like Road to Gehenna. Of course. Budahas. Beautiful work, Rodamne. Gives me a bittersweet, wistful feeling. She must have been a great person. Yeah, this is very, very much like a Gehenna. That's kind of interesting because that was what the admin and the moderators of Gehenna were worried about, right? That their work, that their way of life basically wouldn't survive their extraction out of the program, right? But obviously it did. Cool. Beautiful work, already read it. To me, it really captures her bravery in the face of what the cosmos had thrown at her. It's well done, but I'm not sure it's appropriate for us to depict the progenitor in this way. Why not? It's important to remember she was a real person. Your painting powerfully evokes her belief in a bright future. I agree, this really highlights her bravery in the face of death. Oh no, we shouldn't forget all the people who contributed too. I would say your painting powerfully evokes her belief in a bright future. Let's stay positive about this. Thank you, 1K. She really did believe he would build a better world, didn't she? Her words always inspire me. They do? You should try listening more carefully. She wanted us to reach for the stars, not mope around worrying about the sins of our ancestors. The progenitors spoke in metaphors. The stars are within us. Give me a break. Let's not derail this thread, okay? Thanks. Bickering about. Taking reference photo in case I want to figure this out later. 2478. Yeah. Alright, number 6. Yeah, I'll have to look in 7 and 8 if there is anything out of the ordinary that I could connect with this. Puzzle of the Sphinx. Great, 2 more drills. Can we even drill from here? Floor there, interesting. And this part? Why would I want to do that though? Obviously I want to go over there and jam this, right? Or I can take off this fan. Can I take off the fan? I'm not sure. So I cannot jam the floor of this from over there, can I? Cannot put it on top of there. I'm confused. It doesn't seem to do anything for me to be able to aim through here. The only drillable place is the floor in there, which I cannot reach from here. And the wall over there, which I can also not reach, as it seems. Like, why would I want to do this? Like, I feel like I need both of the drills down here. Let me pick up the fan. Put it on the pressure plate here, right? So I can take the drill with me. Now, what does that do for me? Nothing. Feel like. Like, wow, now I can double drill this hole. That doesn't do anything for me. I cannot pick them up. I feel like I'll need to take them here. Because I cannot drill through these iron bars. The hell? Hey, now we have 2 holes. Great. What does it do for me? Absolutely nothing. I'm so confused. Huh? Can I detach this fan? No. What? Can I aim through the hole? Oh, I can just drop it like that. Oh, I didn't realize. For some reason, I thought I had to, like physically put it somewhere. Yeah, but we need both of them down here. So... how do we get the second one out? Oh, I'm stupid by doing this. I always forget. Once you have 2 of them, you can get them through any wall. It's just like when you have 2 jammers and a gauge, right? Alright, now we have both of them. Now we just need to get the fan back, right? So how do we do that? Oh, we take the jammer up there. That makes sense. We take the jammer up there. Put it on the pressure plate while jamming the gate, right? And then we can take the fan down with us again. There we go. Really? Ah. Boop. There we go. That was number 6, right? Alright, go. Let's do 1 or 2 more. Or maybe 3, maybe even find the lost one, right? Or we then find... oh wait, this is a laboratory. Okay.
Looks like you found another lab.
I'm going because I really want to get back to the city. And I feel like, like as long as we're finding these labs, we're not gonna get back to the city because we're just gonna unlock more areas with puzzles, right?
Wow, that's a lot bigger than I expected.
What were they doing here?
And
I
who
wonder.
are they?
I also wonder. It does 2 palm readers. Interesting. Untitled drafts. Saint Edwald identified the tetromino with the tetragrammaton and the Greek word for God, because to him the mathematical properties of the tetromino reflected God's ability to reshape the world without breaking its laws. Elohim, in his desire to impose meaning on the simulation, which was his primary function as storyteller after all, took Edwald's heretical ideas and integrated them as sigils of his name. But despite all these layers of obfuscation, there is some kind of truth hidden in all this. The world really is, in a sense, made up of minute parts that can be combined and recombined without breaking the underlying laws. Everything that exists is made of the same fundamental materials, and those materials are brought into existence by the same fundamental functions of reality. And yet the miracle of existence is that we are not all one, but are in fact radically different and separate. And another not copy-pastable text code. It says, remember, son of man, that Elohim was redeemed through humankind. Well, that was worth typing that. New Alexandria. Ah, they were talking about New Alexandria, right? From the Book of Reminiscence and Regret by Eustathius. In the early days of our people, a great deal of responsibility fell on my shoulders. There were few of us then, and though we are stronger and hardier than any human, we are not invincible. The world was an overgrown ruin and our resources extremely limited. It was a harsh time, but I felt passionate about the work, fired up by the many sacrifices that had brought us here, from the Ian team, the IAN team, to the people of Gehenna, whose code is part of my personality. Oh, it was. Nice. I was theorizing when I played through the Road to Gehenna, since I've already played a little bit of Talos Principle 2, right? I was like, oh, maybe the first companions were actually the people from Gehenna, right? But it was 16 in Gehenna, I think, or 17 even, right? And not just 12, so I guess only part of that code, so it's like, thought here, interesting. Bit by bit, New Jerusalem grew. We had to adapt some of the plans Drennan's team had left behind. I don't think they had expected the simulation to take as long as it did, but it was all working. That's when I made a terrible mistake. Thinking it was a way of safeguarding against disaster, I proposed the creation of a second settlement, New Alexandria. As the location was far from the dam that powers New Jerusalem, I attempted to build a thermal power station that would take advantage of a local gas reservoir. However, I foolishly used geologic data from the archive, failing to account for the amount of time that had elapsed. 5 years later, this error led to an accident that leveled the settlement and killed 31 of my fellow citizens. Wow, okay. Of all my many regrets, this is the greatest. 31 doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think about the fact that there's only 1,000, it is indeed a lot. Failed to load profile. Eustathius never forgave himself for his mistake. He drifted away, isolated himself from everyone in New Jerusalem, but was it really his fault? Yes, he made a mistake, but why was the entire weight of the New Alexandria colony placed on his shoulders? A simple process of review and discussion could have prevented the entire disaster. Doesn't it mean New Jerusalem as a whole is at fault? He did his best. I feel sorry for him. Okay, so that's people talking, right? And they can't the profile, so we don't know who it is. But the dead remain dead, and that has to be faced. The ethics of extinction. If a species we consider beautiful and remarkable goes extinct, we consider that a great evil. Dolphins, for example. If dolphins go extinct, that's a great loss. If humanity causes dolphins to go extinct, that's a crime. But if Yersinia pestis, the bacterium that causes bubonic plague, goes extinct, is that an equally great loss? If not, why not? To nature, there's no difference. It's all just life forms. The only moral framework that allows us to choose between dolphins and the plague is a human one. What about a species going extinct without anthropogenic factors? Extinction is the norm. If one day dolphins are no longer capable of competing with other species, should we let them go extinct? When the sun finally dies and all life goes extinct, will that be a tragedy? If we can prevent it, should we? That's kind of the idea of, like, there's species that are being basically held alive by humans, right? Because, I mean, panda bears basically, like, by us, panda bears still a thing. Like, they seem to deliberately work against the continuation of their species, right? I do think there is still panda bears in the wilderness, right? But isn't it like that if humans wouldn't try to preserve the panda bears, the big white panda bears, that they probably would go extinct or would already have been extinct, something like that. Is like, if something is going so against the laws of nature, like the panda bear, who literally only eats bamboo, which doesn't have the nutritional value of sustaining its life, except if it keeps, like, if does like 80% of its awake state keeps eating it, and they are too lazy to even procreate. It's like, I mean, if they are not able to sustain themselves, should we save them or not? Like, that's a question that's being asked here, right? If you believe that extinction is acceptable when nature does it, but not when we do it, then you don't actually oppose extinction. You don't believe that dolphins are inherently valuable and that they deserve to live and thrive. You just oppose human control. You oppose our ability and responsibility to choose. Yeah. Should we be able to choose? I don't know. Don't really want to think about it right now, to be honest. I mean, in the end, that's what we're doing anyways, right? We are killing so many animals, and so many species are and have gone and will be going extinct because of what we do to the planet. So it's not even in my agency to choose, right? The Origins of Thought. A fragment from Stratton's The Origins of Thought, as quoted in commentary by Simplicus of Cilicia. Stratton, to say that material things are brought into being by ideas is to flatter ourselves, which is an error philosophers are particularly prone to, because it raises those who think above those who do. Okay. Nicomachus. Then what is the truth that does not flatter? Stratton, that the reverse is true. Ideas are brought into being by matter, and so each man's ideas are shaped by the world that surrounds him, as clay is shaped by its mold. Those who live in mountains fear cold, those who live in deserts fear thirst. The Athenians are shaped by Athens, and the Lacedaemonians by Sparta, and likewise it is for all peoples. Nicomachus, but may ideas, if we take each man to be an idea, not be deliberate action altered? May ideas, if we take each man to be an idea, not by deliberate action alter the shape of the mold, as you put it? Stratton, to discover a method for accomplishing this is the chief purpose of philosophy, my friend. But man has ideas about things that are not part of our surroundings. It's called fantasy. It's called imagination. But they are based. But they are they? But they are based on what surrounds us. Like, it's true. It's really difficult to think of something that is not rooted in what we know already, right? That's when we go into the abstract, right? Something that is so abstract that you cannot connect it to anything that already exists already. Very true. I think we cannot really do that. If we take... But by the ideas that we have explored more of the materia around us, right? More details about it. Like that atoms exist. That material is made up of molecules, and molecules are made out of atoms, and atoms are made out of particles, and so on and so on, right? They're not called particles, are they? I don't know. I know. Whatever. You know what I mean. That's the... What are they called? Neutrons, protons, and electrons. What are they called? Also, whatever. And then those are made out of quarks and whatever, I don't know, and stuff, and so on and so forth. But by thinking about that, by figuring that out, we expanded the amount of material that we have to give us ideas, right? Which is what Nicomachus is asking here about altering the shape of the mold. We expanded the shape of the mold, right? And thus giving us the space to have more ideas. But that is not philosophy, that was the science. So I would say that, trying to alter the shape of the mold, how they put it here, is more of a thing of the purpose of science, not philosophy. But the purpose of philosophy would be to expand the range of ideas that we can achieve based on the mold that we have, right? Well, that's basically the same. It's like I feel like science is about reshaping the mold, figuring out what it is made of, and therefore giving us more space to have ideas in. And philosophy is kind of like expanding the sum of ideas that we can have, so that it expands the mold on its own, basically. If you follow my train of thought here, like to have the amount of ideas that we have to overcome its mold, right? That's philosophy, I would say. Whatever. Footnotes. The newly discovered Heraclean manuscript, likely a lost part of the Baroque collection, contains an additional passage that differentiates between pneuma, the individual mind or spirit, described as an energy arising from matter, and ideas, which are produced by the pneuma, as it interacts with the material world. Philosophy is useless if it offers no way of changing things. At least Stratton tried and didn't lie to himself. But how can we change the shape of the mold? Stratton never says. Perhaps by demonstrating the fact that other shapes are possible. That's what I meant, what philosophy would be about, you know, like, yeah, not expanding necessarily the mold, but overcome the mold by the richness of ideas. We can't change it all ourselves, but perhaps we could, like Alexander Drennan, create the conditions for change. Oh, I don't want to type any more hex codes right now, to be honest. Do I really have to? New lab space carved out. You are your own forerunner, and the towers you have builded are boo. Continues on. You are your own forerunner, and the towers you have builded are but the foundation of your giant self, and that self too shall be a foundation. Okay.
The world is a wonderful place. Every day we take another step forward. Every day we come closer to the truth. The closer we get, the more I can see the beauty of the universe, the intricate perfection of its mechanisms. I am a machine, and the universe is a machine. Every part of me serves a purpose, or I could not be myself. I could not be Miranda, because that specific person could not exist without those specific parts and their specific functions. In the same way, every part of the universe serves a purpose. I think that is what we were meant to discover here.
Wait, I didn't walk through it.
You just connected to an extremely powerful data stream. Are you all right?
Kinda. Dang, I didn't walk through it. I thought I would have more time. I wanted to wait for the dialogue to finish because I wanted to check if Miranda was one of the first companions. She was not. And then I wanted to go around because, yeah, well, but I guess I missed by chance here, so that's a little sad. I think I had a vision.
You were streaming. We all saw something. You're lucky it didn't fry your motherboard. Please, everyone, let's be careful with these terminals from now on.
Yes, let's all try not to die. More importantly, who the hell is Miranda?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no one by that name in New Jerusalem. I just searched the database.
I don't think it's a nickname. Must be one of the people who built this place.
A new person? Someone we've never heard of before? Someone born outside the city? We have to find out more.
But where did they come from? And how many people does it take to build something this huge?
Like I said, we need to find out more.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that I'm about to fix another part of the transport system. Thanks for the files, 1K.
You're welcome.
Didn't fry your brain.
Kinda did. Can I go back in? Dang, I cannot go back in. Oh, I'd missed my chance of seeing the... Well, I guess it was just like holograms that I've already seen here as well, right? It's not really anything really important, but still I would have liked to see that. Alright, I think we have 2 more puzzles, right? 2 more normal puzzles and a lost puzzle. Let's see if we can cram them in this episode. Or maybe we just call it here. I think that's actually a good place to call it, right? Because you're gonna have to search for the stars anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Galganos playing the Talos Principle 2. New interface content available. What? Why? Oh, the mystery of Miranda. Buddhas! For anyone who missed it, Byron's expedition has recovered evidence for the existence of another person, someone not from New Jerusalem. Who could this be? What does this mean? Orinia, maybe there's another city out there. Who says there was only one simulation? Maybe there are thousands of people we've never met. Dosicles. I really hope so. Thekla. There is only one founder. Dagoron. I hate to agree with Thekla, but all the historical evidence we have points to that conclusion. There were some other attempts, but as far as we know, they all went wrong or failed. Helga. There's more that we don't know than there is that we know. Sagoron. That sentence is going to make my brain crash. Chuck. Why do we think Miranda's from Earth? There's no evidence to support that idea. I'd like to hear more about these other attempts to save humanity. Sagoron. Some people affiliated with the Institute of Applied Pneumatics tried to set up a secondary site at another dam, but after about a century the dam collapsed and took whatever was happening inside the system with it. Mitku. There was also a similar attempt by another organization, but without the test of free will that Alexandra Drennan devised. According to lifters here, it never produced a viable mind before it ran out of power. Fascinating. Thanks. Mitku. It's very encouraging to see how curious you are, 1K. No wonder you were the one to discover Miranda. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Next time we can continue right here, solving the last two puzzles, 7 and 8. Solving the... hopefully, when we find it all. Oh, the lost puzzle, and then have a look at the Sphinx puzzle. And look for the second star. I'm assuming there's gonna be... There is, I'm pretty sure there is a star here, right? Simon! I don't think you can see him. Maybe you can see in the background. It's the first time since I moved my my PC that my cat has jumped up onto the table next to me. Because until then he always just walked over my table, then over my PC onto the table next to me. And then I moved my PC because I didn't want him to do that anymore. And he's never jumped up there. It's the first time since then, and it's been like 2 months or something, 3 months. Now he's actually jumped up here. Which is a huge thing because, you know, like, first of all, you need to know that he's diabetic, which is being treated, obviously. And he's been 12 kilograms for a long time. And he's now down to 7.5, I think. So his, you know, like, agility was very much impaired for a lot of time. And so him doing this huge jump is very assuring to me that he's, you know, like, recovering well. He's also getting painkillers now against his back pain, I think he was having, probably. Something like that, so... yeah, poor kitty. Problem is now he's gonna bother me again. And I'm trying to stream and play games, right? Yeah. Alright, thank you so much for watching, now for real. Next time continuing here. Hope to see you there. Until then, take care. Bye bye.